Good afternoon. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio. We're in day 2. It's Thursday afternoon, and with us today I have Gus Vonderheide, who is the Vice President of Global Sales for Hyatt Hotels. Welcome, Gus.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
It's great to be here with you and have you here and share us all the exciting things that Hyatt is working on.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Has it been a good start for a convention for you guys?
It's been a great start. I was so happy to see the amount of people, and not only that, the amount of suppliers that are here that knew that it was time to come back out. And
Absolutely.
All of our peers are here, and it's just been great to see everybody.
Yeah. And you can feel that pent-up demand, that desire for people to be out and face-to-face, right?
Even with a smaller number, the energy could not be more, couldn't be higher. Yeah, it's been great. I agree.
Well, you guys have a lot of exciting things happening, and one of which I'd love to hear about is the recent acquisition of Apple Leisure Group and how that benefits the corporate travel manager. So maybe first talk a little bit about the acquisition itself, and then how it impacts this audience here, this group here.
Thank you. Absolutely. So Apple Leisure Group really has 4 components to it. It's got 100 resort hotels that are now Hyatts, all-inclusives. It's got a loyalty program, it's got an excursion company, and it's got a technology company. We get all that. So Hyatt becomes not only a seller of travel, we now become a buyer of travel too in some way, which is pretty interesting. But adding these 100 all-inclusive resorts to our portfolio has given us not only a lot of these properties, but it's made us the largest operator of all-inclusive resorts in the world.
Wow.
So Hyatt all of a sudden has stepped into this space in a big way. We're going to let that company do what they do best and manage these assets for us, but it's put new product into markets like Spain and parts of Europe that we were not in before. So it's given us exposure around the world where we haven't had, so that's been pretty exciting. So this all became available to us in November, just this month. We closed on the deal, and it's just like very fresh, hot off the press news, which is exciting. And like I said, we're going to let that operation run itself as an entity of Hyatt. So you'll see it under our umbrella. We'll be advertising that brand. But these are like Beaches and Secrets, and a lot of the brands that you know of are now part of the Hyatt family, which is great.
Wow.
So from a corporate perspective, what's it mean to this audience? I think from an earn and burn on the loyalty program, it'll be amazing. I don't know that these are going to be great hotels for business travel because of the locations, but when you're earning those points at business hotels, what a better place to vacation by using your loyalty points at Hyatt. So World of Hyatt is our loyalty program. It's growing every day, and I'd certainly have to put a little plug in for that because it's something that's going to be a real big addition for this group of properties.
And a great opportunity for diversification, right? And I think we saw the importance of that through the pandemic because leisure travel was so important, right, for a lot of the suppliers, certainly for the airlines, the hotel space.
Leisure travel, yeah, absolutely. Leisure travel has helped us keep the lights on.
Right, so
we need business travel back, but we are loving the leisure side of the business. Thank goodness for them,
Yeah, which is great. So you guys took an important step by launching the World of Care earlier this year. Can you tell me more about that initiative?
Sure. World of Care was launched this summer as an environmental platform that really had 2 sides to it, sustainability and diversity. No real surprise, that seems to be 2 very hot topics this week here in Orlando. But we really do, we believe it wholeheartedly, whether it's water conservation or if maybe it's the footprint or carbon offsets or saving energy. We are focused at that in a very big way. We have absolutely done all the right things. We are recognized now as a brand that's stepping up to the plate. We are challenging our hotels around the world to make sure that they're doing the right thing. We're learning that a lot of the corporate customers in this room are making buying decisions now on how well the partners are coming to the plate with sustainability as the main goal or priority. So I'd love to just tell the world today that Hyatt is absolutely on track. We're doing the things from, like I said, saving water to energy, but carbon footprint seems to be the big note right now, and people want to know what we're doing. So that's check the box on that. We are in a big way committed to that. From a diversity perspective, I love the fact that we continue to understand that at Hyatt we care for people so they can be their best, and that stands for our colleagues also. We are absolutely committed to growing our senior leadership with women and people of color. We've got some very aggressive goals that are taking us to that level, and we're making strides. We are absolutely being checked on that. We're being challenged, and we're making some great progress. So we're very excited about that. So inclusion, and I mean, it's top of mind, everything we do. It's really in our DNA, which I'm proud of.
And you know, both of those topics, DEI and sustainability, were main featured, you know, it was the spotlight here at convention.
I was happy to see the general session yesterday when such an emphasis was put on those two areas. I thought, you know what, we're step in step, so I felt really proud about that. It's good to validate that you're in sync, right, with what the marketplace and what your customers are talking about and really the world. Exactly.
So that's great. So tell me a little bit more about Together by Hyatt. What is that all about and how is it different?
Well, we knew when the pandemic hit and group business, first of all, started to cancel, and a lot of it did, and that's really, some of that's our bread and butter, obviously, for many of our hotels. We knew that hybrid meetings were going to be a thing of the future. And a lot of our competitors came out with a hybrid solution immediately. We sat back a little bit, we talked to customers, we wanted to make sure that we understood exactly what that looked like. So Together by Hyatt is not just a hybrid solution, but it's really a new way to envision events. We know that things aren't going to be the same for a long while. So we got to make sure that we're providing not only the right training and the right resources to our customers, and hybrid is part of that, technology is definitely part of it, but wellness and safety and offering experts to provide our planners and our customers, even in the room here, who do conferences, with the technical ability to learn what it takes to build one of these. And it's different. There's a lot of moving parts that most people have not even thought about. Cost, is there a cost involved? Absolutely. Is it more than a face-to-face meeting? It could be if you don't know what you're doing. So we have, like I said, the wellness part of it. Here's a great example. If you are attending a meeting from your home office, we want to keep you engaged in that content, just as we do if someone's sitting in front of us. But you know, we multitask in the old world when we were on conference calls. Now we're probably in the kitchen making cookies and trying to make it do a meeting. So we find ways to engage that at-home audience with some gamification and with some wellness opportunities to take a break and really make sure that they're engaged with the home audience. So we're doing all kinds of things like that. And again, hybrid technology is not to be lost. I just want to make a point that it's not the only piece of the pie. There's a lot of moving parts that make a very successful event moving forward. And Hyatt feels like we're a step ahead. We're in a real good place there.
That's great.
You know, anybody that's doing any kind of meetings at all, bits and pieces, and it doesn't mean that you have to take the whole piece of the pie. There could be a wellness component or a safety component, or let's talk about food and beverage. What's the best options? We got those answers for you now.
That's great. Lots of thought. Yeah. Wow, very thoughtful.
Thank you.
Love it. I love it. Well, Gus, it's great to have you here. Any last words for this corporate audience?
Well, I would just say, and I've said it all along, Hyatt has continued to be the brand that's flexible. We're creative. We want to meet you where you are in this recovery. We're not going to draw a hard line in the sand and tell you you've got to do business with Hyatt this way. We are willing to work with you. We want to work with you, and
it's okay. Breaking news.
There you go. Good. We certainly want to work with our customers in a way that's going to make them feel like Hyatt's a brand of choice. We're growing. I said short 25 years ago we had 165 hotels. We're crossing the 1,300 line now. So, you know, we're not the big Goliath, but we are certainly a company to be dealt, and we're very proud of where we are. We're growing with intent, and we've got the products and the brands to support the travelers. So we appreciate your time. Thanks for giving us.
And doing all the right things, it sounds like.
Thank you
which is so important.
Thank you.
Gus, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you out on the exhibit floor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm Monisa Klein here at GBTA Broadcast Studio. Stay tuned for more.